Welcome back to Speak for Yourself. Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys, who have been getting crushed for not only allowing the most points per game this season, but also for the lack of effort on certain plays, including OBJ's long reverse touchdown run. That's last week. Y'all remember that against the Browns. Well, safety Xavier Woods acknowledged their poor play earlier this week. Y'all take a listen.
Our effort's been good. I mean, in certain plays, some guy, me included, it may be a lack, but overall, the effort is there. You don't expect, we're in the NFL, you don't expect guys to full speed for 70 plays. That's not possible. But we're gonna push as hard as we can. We know you don't expect a backside corner to go make a play on the opposite side. He running full speed the whole time. This is not possible, to be honest.
Oh, there's a reason we have a segment called Keep It 99, not Keep It 100. Joined by LeVar Arrington. I've been waiting for this block the whole show. Marcellus, talk to me, man.
What?
You got a problem with Xavier Woods' comments?
What? Horrible comments, horrible look. La Tech, do better, train them better. Come out and you've been in the league, you're vet, you get this, man. What is going on? But let me stay in the spirit of our season, which is presidential season right now. Everybody's been watching the debates. Y'all know how the game goes. And no matter where you are, on which side of the ledger and your beliefs, these comments are more about politics than policy, if you know the difference. Regardless of what your policy is, you need to be presidential in how you articulate your politics.
Okay.
And Xavier Rose, because I'm with you in keeping it 100, but if you're not going to keep it 100, it's a way to keep it 99 and let people off the hook. Give you an example. How many times have we seen NFL films and Deion Sanders is sitting there looking the sweetest like any player ever, wristbands up, chains hanging, you can see the bandana out the back, you know he ready to war. And then the play starts and he just look at the receiver like, ain't nothing gonna happen on that play. I know I've been in the trenches many a times, and as soon as the quarterback gets the ball, throw a wide receiver screen, he steps out of bounds. I ain't got nothing to do with that play. But to fully articulate it and do it in the way that you did it makes people start to question not only your effort, but the collective effort, because you didn't do it in, as I would say, a presidential way. So take a little better ownership, clean up how you say it, because what you said wasn't wrong, it just didn't come out strong enough.
Look, fellas, I'm torn on this.
I know.
I don't really have a problem with it because he kept it a buck. Really, he kept it a $1.50. Like, there were no lies told at all. And if we're being real, LeVar, you and I can speak to this better than any, because linebackers and defensive backs are the only ones who truly understand the issue at hand. They're the only ones who run every play and don't get subbed out. Receivers, they can go out. Running backs, they can go out. Offensive linemen, they stay in the game, but they don't really travel far distances. Defensive ends, y'all know y'all rotate, Marcellus. Don't look at me like that. Y'all know y'all rotate.
Third down.
But linebackers and defensive backs, every play we got to run. So, yes, you do pick your spots. You got to figure out, hey, where can I get a little bit of energy and where can I not? The problem with Xavier Woods and his comments are the Cowboys aren't picking their spots well. Can we show y'all the OBJ touchdown again, the reverse this last weekend? Jalen Smith, Cowboys linebacker, he picks his spot. The problem isn't that he picked his spot. The problem, he picked it wrong. There he is right there. He's walking. America sees him. He's walking. Four defenders within 4 yards of Odell, and none of them make the play. So now Jalen like, dang, now coach is going to see me walking because none of y'all made the play. I don't have a problem with Xavier Woods' logic behind his comments. You do pick your spots on defense. The problem is you better pick them better than that.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you guys. Like, when you look at the situation, there's not one player that plays every single down 100% every single time, 100% of the time. Not Junior Seau, not 52 out that used to play in Baltimore. Any of the guys that you can sit there and look at and say, oh my gosh, they played with their hair on fire. You can find just as many plays where they weren't running as hard to the ball as they should have been. So for me, I look at it from the standpoint, and you pointed out Jalen, on that. Jalen is definitely fast enough to go to the sideline and make that play before a touchdown, but he wasn't given that effort. Here, think about it. If Tariq Hill says, the same exact thing that Xavier Woods just said, does anybody have a problem with it? Right? If Tariq Hill says, every single play, I'm not going to run down the field on this route if I know the play is going the other way. I mean, I might work my way into it, but I'm not running 100% of the route. Nobody have a problem with it. But it's because your results are so poor and they don't look like they have any change in sight. You can't say something like this. Who is Xavier Woods to say this? You can't. That's like, hey, they caught us, but hey, y'all come from out behind the trees. Hey, they got us. They got us. We all going to jail now, right? You was the only one that was caught, and you done called everybody out. It's bad timing and it's poor taste, man.
Well, it is. It's a bad calculator that made this calculation of which plays to take, like Acho was saying, and you went to as well. I got to push back, though. I played with Junior Seau a couple years. I ain't see the play. This sucker did.
Bruh.
Recipe. No, but I know what you're saying. But I was in front of him. So
I
didn't
love
look back on the time.
Too, but come on down.
That dude used to tilt like none other. He might be a 95%er. Like none of us is 100, but he might
his
be.
Tilt over.
He tilted more than most.
It's so much you don't got to look at when he doesn't. How about that?
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Rest in peace to the homie. That's my dog right there, man. All right. So here's the thing.
Respect.
This should never leave your mouth because it makes you think that this is your mindset. And that's the biggest problem. Like, you can't look at coach and be like, I ain't got 70 plays in me today, coach. So I ain't got it.
I'll give you a little bit on these.
Yeah, coach, I ain't got it. So,
I'm going to have to chill on like 30%.
Right. And so when the ball snaps, you can't be out there making us think that you're running calculations of which plays are important and which plays are not. Your time has to be spent better than that. I give it to you this way. His teammate, Joe Thomas, said he doesn't think it's an effort issue. He says it's a lack of consistency and communication. And we know that allows you to play faster if we are being consistent with our communication. So it's an interesting way that he's skinning the cat by basically almost saying the same damn thing. When we pick our spots, we pick better spots because of our communication. That's how you play faster. But I'm going to give it to you like Big Sean just gave it to y'all on Detroit, too. I don't really listen to a lot of new rap, but Big Sean, one of my favorite artists, and he got me back in this new rap game because this sucker said, hard work don't mean squat if it ain't smart. Think about it. We all want to work hard, and my wife and I are completely different. She's hard work to the tilt, and I'm smart work with a little hard work built in it, but I'm smart work. I'm like these millennials, and I'm old, but it's like, nah, I ain't doing all that extra stuff. And it's just amazing that we are watching this manifest, like mindsets, how to pick your spots, when to pick your spots, and if your results are good, do you get a pass for the spots you picked? That's all happening right now in this conversation.
I'm with you on that, Sel, because I have always been a work smarter, not harder guy. Always, even to my own detriment. But, gentlemen, sometimes you just gotta lie to them. Sometimes you just gotta lie. Think about this. Tom Brady yesterday made one of the most egregious errors anybody can make in football. One of the most egregious. He forgot what down it was with the game on the line. But post-game, the reporter says, hey, Tom, was it clear for you guys whether it was third or fourth down on the last play? This is Tom Brady's quote. Yeah, you're up against the clock, and you're up against I knew we had to gain a chunk, so I should have been thinking more first down instead of chunk on that down. He didn't answer the question.
Yeah, dog.
Just lied to him. Because if Tom Brady would have told the truth, honestly, I didn't know what down it was. We're talking about it, leading the show with it. Is Tom Brady too old to play the game? Does Tom Brady have early onset dementia? Is Tom Brady we're doing all these other things. So Tom Brady just lied to him. Xavier Woods, in this instance, he should have just lied to him.
No, he couldn't lie because we're going to stay with Big Sean on this one, all right? Here we go. He was making it clear in them comments, I don't mess with you. You little raggedy coach, I don't mess with you. You better call some better defense. We don't mess with you. All right. So he keeping it real. Hey, that was passive-aggressively deflecting the blame, saying that, look, we out here to ball, and we're going to make some plays for you. But if you're expecting us to go full throttle 100% of the time for this dude, the way he's calling these defenses, making us look bad, now I got to answer these questions, Nah, man. Just letting you know. It ain't us.
Oh.
It ain't us.
Oh, man, y'all really, we got another layer here. Because now you're taking me where I've been here before. Y'all been here before, too. When the team ain't doing well and your unit ain't doing well, but you doing your thistle out there. You're like, I'm out here getting mine, and y'all don't want to really rock with me. So here we go. I give you a real example. When I left the Buffalo Bills, we were 8-8. And that sounds better than it felt like we were. We weren't that good. And I remember there were times where I had to make sure I separated church and state. Like, separated me from what the hell the Bills was, because it was my franchise. It was my contract year in that situation. So this is Xavier Woods, who, quiet as kept, is ranked the 5th best safety this year in terms of his pass coverage. So he's like, yo, y'all talking a lot about these runs that I'm not so ranked high in and doesn't have anything to do with me as a D-back. Y'all forgetting to ask me questions about how I'm balling top 5 in this league when that ball's in the air. So, as you said, LeVar, I don't mess with y'all in this moment. And Acho, I got to push back one more thing. We did lead the show with Tom Brady. Tom Brady lied. He sets the GOAT. We still led the show talking about Tom Brady, even though the GOAT lied in that conversation.
No, that's real. That's real. That's real. LA, you got me on my Big Sean tip. I can't follow that up, though, but that was a banger. That was a banger. Marcellus, I got to end with this, bro, because you taught me this one. No one cares what you do until you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. At the end of the day, defensive coordinators, they're not going to bring up if you're loafing or not. If the ball gets tackled, if the running back gets tackled, they're not going to bring it up. It's not a big deal. No one cares about that stuff until y'all not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Cowboys are supposed to be winning games. They're not doing that, so now you got to nitpick at every little detail.
Ooh, I hated that.
Coming up, the Titans are in hot water for nearly having their game against the Bills canceled. I'm going to tell you why the Bills players have a huge reason to be upset. That's next.